How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about BBIG, which was down about 3.09% on the day. I also did see that we had a strong sell-off inside of the after hours. I just got information on the news. We'll talk about it in this video. I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you're a shareholder, you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is the technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support. We want to know resistance. We want to know what it looks like in the bearish case scenario and as well as in the bullish case scenario. And then we're going to be going on Fintel, taking a look at the recent institutional ownership and short interest information. The reason why this is important because it does have an impact on the way the stock performs. And then we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know the buying and the selling behavior on the retail side and as well as on the institutional side. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts and as well as some more details. So let's get to it. So we're going to do a technical analysis for BBIG. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $2.82, being down 3.09%. On the low, it tested $2.77, and then on the high, testing $2.93. Taking a look at our volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 10.635 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days is at 22.485 million shares. So we did have below average volume on the day, and that's why we've seen a pullback in the stock. Now, when we take a look at our chart, which is a daily chart, you can see from the RSI down below, it is at 51.90. And then when we take a look at our moving averages here on the chart, we are below the 200-day. But as you can see, as far as for the 21-day EMA and the 50-day, we are above that. But for the 100-day, we ended up closing just 1 cent below, since it's at $2.84. Well, actually 2 cents below, I should say. So what we're seeing from BBIG is actually just consolidation. So I'm not too concerned about it whatsoever. So seeing the high at 293 going into tomorrow, I want to see some strength. I want to see us actually being able to get above that. And as far as getting to $3, of course, that would be great to see, but we would have some resistance there. And I'm not seeing the market picking up a lot in my personal opinion. So if we do get to 3, that will be an accomplishment, but we will hit a good amount of selling pressure. As far as for the low at 277, we want to see this level hold up. But if it decides to break below 277, then we can see BBIG trading right here around 260 potentially. This is if we have some more selling pressure coming into the play. So that is something you want to be cognizant of. So you want to see 260 hold. If we break through 260, that's where it starts looking concerning, because then we can start getting to around 250, and you can see we have shown support here in the past. But again, you want to see some strength from BBIG. This is very crucial because so far we have been forming some lower highs for the past 3 trading days. We have to see what it does for tomorrow, but of course I'll keep you guys updated. So let's move on to the short interest information. So we're going to take a look at the recent institutional ownership and short interest information for BBIG. So scrolling down on the page, green rows indicate new positions, while red rows indicate closed positions. So when we take a look at the recent filings for the 25th, we don't see any new or closed positions, but we have extended market index fund that went in, increased their position. We have a percentage here of 84.09%, and they have a total of 25,586 shares. So definitely good to see. So now when we take a look at the short interest, the off exchange short volume ratio is at 22.10%, and then for the off exchange short volume, it is just over 1.50 million shares. Scrolling down on the page, the short shares availability is at 400,000, updated 7 minutes ago. And then for the short borrow fee rate, it is at 137.87%. So yes, it is still up there. And then when we take a look at the history of the short volume, we can see for the close of the 23rd, it is at 20.47%. And then for the close of the 24th being at 22.10%. So when we take a look at the short interest percentage of the float being at 17.81%, yes, BBIG does continue to have short squeeze potential. Now let's move on to the order flow distribution. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for BBIG. BBIG. So we see on the inflow, it was at 4.93 million, and then on the outflow, it is at 6.37 million. So we had an outflow day. Taking a look at the breakdown, on the large, it was 0. On the medium, it was 2.98 million, and then on the small, it was 1.95 million. Taking a look at the outflow side, you can see on the large, it was 0.48 million. On the medium, it was 3.69 million, and then on the small, it was 2.20 million. Taking a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you can see for May the 25th, which is today, we had that negative outflow of 0.48 million. Analyzing the numbers even further for the small scale orders that tend to represent the retail side, we had more selling than we had buying. And then when we take a look at what happened on the medium, we had more selling than we had buying. And then for the large, which represents whales, institutions, and funds, we had more selling than we had buying. And then when we take a look at the turnover ratio, it was at 6.85%. So this is not too bad of a range for a volatile stock like BBIG, but I do see this actually increasing as far as what's going down inside of the after hours, and there is a strong possibility it could increase going into tomorrow. So what does that mean? Just more volatility and more traders going in and out of the play. So let's go into the final thoughts and we'll go over some more details as well. So for my final thoughts for BBIG, before we start talking about the price action, let's go over the recent news that came out in the after hours. So Vinco Ventures reports delay of its Cryptide spin-off distribution date from May 27, 2022 till end of Q2 2022, which is the end of the second quarter, would be the end of June. So here's where it goes in a little bit further. So Vinco Ventures today announced that due to contractual and regulatory conditions, the company's board of directors has decided to delay the distribution date for the previously announced spin-off of Cryptide Inc. So of course, as far as traders that were inside of this play, they're going to be selling out of their positions. And while I'm doing this video live for you guys, let's take a look at what the price is inside of the after hours, because let's be honest here, things have changed. It's not going to be the same what I talked about inside of the technicals. So right now the price is at $2.39, and there's a low in the after hours of around $2.31. So right away, going into tomorrow, what do we want to see? We want to see if BBIG could hold above $2.05. I know what you're saying, Dre, that's a big time pullback, but if it does occur, I feel like it does deliver great opportunities for anyone who is patient enough to wait until we get to the end of June, because I would see some upside in the stock from there. So that is one thing you want to keep note of. If it doesn't go down that low, then maybe around 210 or around 215 is where you want to keep an eye on it. But many people might just say, well, you know what, I'm just going to buy it at these current levels, and if I'm going to be setting up my stop, I'm going to put it right around $2. And that's also perfectly fine, because you're also using risk management. You're having that stop loss in place. Like I said, this is just a reaction to the news, and I feel that is an overreaction. But again, make sure that you're getting in at the right price. There is no reason whatsoever you should be rushing into the play. So wait for the stock to find a base. And if you're not going to wait for it to go and find a base, just know you're taking on more risk. And you know what? That is perfectly fine. But you have to be patient about it, because we can continue to have volatility going into tomorrow and as well as going into Friday. And you just want to make sure that you're mentally prepared for that. And also, as far as for the upside is concerned, I'd want to see us being able to have some sort of a run up, maybe seeing BBIG get around $2.60 or around at least $2.50. If it can reclaim $2.50, then again, I could just see him making that move back up. May not happen right away, but it will make that move. So I just want to make sure you're updated on that. But of course, I do not give out financial advice on this channel, and things can change. And you know I will be coming out with another BBIG video anyways before this week is over. Also, when we went on Fintel, taking a look at the recent institutional ownership, we do see there's some activity, but not a lot. And then taking a look at the short interest information, it does continue to have short squeeze potential. The short borrow fee rate is now just over 130%. If you remember in the previous video, it was over 200%. So we do see, as far as the price pulling back, shorts are taking advantage of that. There's not as much shorting that is happening. But after this decision, which was gone down inside of the after hours, I am pretty sure many of them are going to start covering while the price is pulling back. It's even better for them. Do they really want to run the risk to actually hold their short positions all the way until we get to the expected date for the spinoff? I don't think so. I don't think it's smart whatsoever. So if they're going to cover, they're going to want to do it now while the stock has pulled back quite a bit. And that gives you an opportunity as far as a trader or an investor to do your due diligence and figure out if this play is right for you. And if you are in this play already and if you do have high conviction, hey, you finally have an opportunity to average down on your position and then take advantage when the stock decides to run back up as we get closer to the end of June. So that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video and I can't wait to see how BBIG performs going into tomorrow. We'll talk soon.